I went outside. I was going to saw out the top today, but then I saw that I didn't have the right band on the bandsaw, so we're going to be cutting out the neck, and we're going to be scarf joining. Something everybody seems to dread for a while till they get the hang of it, and I'm going to show you how we get the neck angle. And so what I do is I measure from the end to 25 inches, make my line, and then I measure 4 inches from that, 4 inches, and draw a line from there to there. Because why I did that is this part right here is going to be going underneath here, so this is where the back of the neck is going to be showing. So I tried to pick the one with the figuring that I liked the most to be the back of the neck. This one I just has that little knot right there, which that's going to be cut out anyway, but I still didn't want to risk it, and I just liked this. Since this one didn't have it, I still has some sapwood showing. I just kind of didn't like coloration. I liked this way better. And see, that knot doesn't extend all the way through, so you just got to think about these things when you're doing that. Now 4 inches, and then you draw the line. That's going to give you an 11-degree headstock angle, which will make you very happy. Gibson has 17-degree headstock angles, and they are famous for having their headstock snap all the time because there's too much tension right there. The more angle you have, the more tension you're going to have on the strings. Now you don't want too little of tension because you want to be able to properly get your strings into the nut and have proper tension, but you don't want... I wouldn't advise doing anything over 13 degrees myself. That's my own personal advice. Someone else will tell you something different, and they could be right. It's just my deal right there. Like I said, all the stuff I'm saying, I'm not saying that I'm 100% right and everyone else is 100% wrong. It's just the way I do things. But I was watching one of these videos one time on how to calculate headstock angle, and dude threw up a trigonometry formula on his board, and I guess he just, I don't know what the deal with that was. Oh yeah, here's the formula. I was like, well, fuck, I don't know how to do trigonometry. I barely passed algebra in college. So this is what I've come up with. Now the less distance you have, if you have under 4 inches, you're going to have more of a headstock angle, and the further you have it, the less headstock angle you're going to have. So 4 is my happy medium. Remember, the more you go, the less headstock angle. The less you go here, the more headstock angle you're going to have, because it's going to be at such a steep curve. See, that's not nearly as curved as if I went like that. So I'm going to go out there, fire up the bandsaw, cut this for y'all, and then I'm going to show you how I get the two surfaces ready to be glued together, and then I'll glue them together in a minute. Hey everyone, well, I was talking about the difference of these blades. This is my 3/4 inch thick blade. I use this for resawing billets and sawing through wood in general, because it doesn't have a tendency to flex or drift, and it's real good for your resaws. So, try to set this up to where hopefully this won't fall. Let's see. Flatten these areas out. So as you can see, they're not perfectly flat, so if I try to glue this right now, this right here, see, this is going to go on the back like that. See, it wouldn't be truly square right now. If I tried to glue it up, you'd see a little gap. So this is what I do. Simple, easy, cheesy. Don't have to my belt sander. I just put a new belt on it, grab this, and then I just lightly hold it on there. Usually with 2 hands, demonstration. And I'll go through that till it's clear, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I have to focus on this. See y'all later. I put these on the belt sander, and took me 5 minutes to get it all done, versus what I used to do with a hand planer. So you see, now this is you want this butted up against each other. When you hold it together, you don't see hardly any seam. You're going to see a little one because it's contrasting colors right there, but no glue is going to creep out of that. Nothing. It's a good flat seam. It's just the dark color of this one contrasting against that. And then if you back it up, you can see this is where our neck starts to take shape. Headstock, which was that, a 24 string headstock, but it's going to be 11 degrees angle and really good. So now just got to go get everything ready to glue this up. And I also sanded the back of this before I glued it up. I sand the back of this to rough it up, give something the glue to creep into. Go in here, and then I'm going to help y'all get past the whole scarf joining dilemma. Show you my super easy, simple way, and I'll be back with that. Back, we have a bunch of clamps, our Tight Bond 1, and our board. So we're going to be spreading glue on the back of here. This side mates up and this side right here, because what you're going to have if you try to do this without doing the way I'm going to show you is when you clamp these together, they're going to go out like that every time, because you're putting the vertical pressure right here, and they're going to slide out horizontally. So I'm going to show you how to stop that. It's the bane of everyone who does a scarf joint, and I used to hate. Before I figured out my little trick here, I should charge for this tip. Be a millionaire overnight. It's this here. I'm showing you how to spread glue. For all you joking around with me, Marky and Derek Tant, here's your tutorial. Enjoy. So you get that nice coat like that. Nice coat like that. Oh, my hand's shaking. It's not cold, it's hot as fuck. So, put it over here on this other side. I'm gonna drop the bottle first. I try to have two nice little even coats on both of the parts, so they match one another. So, I mean, the stuff that's not used to glue this down is going to come out of the sides. Guarantee you. No bugs this time, that's a plus. Of course, I may be speaking a little too soon, so. Alright, got like that, we put it together. Okay, there we go, look there. Alright, so we got it like that. Now if I try, it slides instantly without me even doing anything. So, I'll show you how I fix that. With a bar clamp, I grab these two together, I get them where I want them up in here, and then I lightly, keyword being lightly, clamp the boards together from the side. And by lightly, I mean lightly. And I'm smushing that glue in there and getting them all. You don't want to impede the clamping on the other sides. So now, okay, we got this. Shit, let me get this glue off my hands real quick. Alright, so now we got that right there. I got this. Oops, shit. That's y'all's fault. So now we're going to clamp down. I like to put little blocks underneath a lot of times because it helps spread out the clamping pressure more evenly. I went a little too light, it's starting to slip on me. Okay, that's pissing me off. Alright, there we go. Okay. Also, this keeps it from distorting that side-to-side movement, which can happen and often does. So, it's fascinating watching me clamp this. Yeah. I just want to get one clamp on here and show y'all. I'm not going to make y'all watch this whole thing. It's not interesting clamping wood anyway. Alright, so we get one clamp down. If I get my finger out of the way, glue coming out, glue smushing out right there, and that's about it. So I'm going to clamp the rest of this, show you what it looks like when I'm done clamping, and we'll go from there. It all clamped up. You can see I have tons of clamps on here. Still have the bar clamp on here because it also keeps it from moving this way or this way on top of going back and forth. So you see we have a good seam. Oh, you may not see. I'm trying to let you see. A good seam right there all the way through, and you want that good flat seam because you do not, trust me, you don't want your headstock falling apart, your neck falling apart. Customers kind of get upset by that. Ask Jason Schroeder. It's a joke. And then I'm going to show you how I flatten this out afterwards. It's the same thing up on the belt sander. I'm going to show you the difference between the thick blade I just used to saw this and what I'm going to use to cut out the top. And talk about putting a face plate on here, because I always put a face plate on my guitars to reinforce this joint. This joint's technically with the glue stronger than the wood was on its own, but I still like to reinforce. So see y'all later.